Alright. I think everything's finally set up. I can finally go live again. Not have a break. Unless my internet falls apart again. Which it might. Seems to like to do that as of late. That's okay though. Alright, let's cannot spell ultra now apparently. Lighten things up so I can actually see what I'm doing. I need more breakable things, so I think today I'm gonna make more breakables. Just keep adding to my weird maze of crap. Because, well, why not? Just more pipes, more strange kill zones, more Metroidvania than it was before. I'm doing all the right stuff behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, let me remember how I did these destroyable things here. Pretty certain it was just if they were, yeah, if they just have the tag destroyable. Okay, okay. Alright, so what am I gonna blow? What am I gonna break though? Let's leave that for a second. I want two of them open. I hate having the content door thing. I just don't like it. Then I gotta scroll back to the same thing over and over. It's so annoying. Okay, so I guess I'm looking for some sort of boards or something that looks like kind of jank to act as barricades. So Poppet has to break them in order to go into places, but I want it to be blatantly obvious that you need to do that. Not that thing. And you've totally forgotten the name of what it was you were looking for. Sika Mansion, there we go. I just didn't think Sika Mansion is the name. That's what I was looking for, but you know, it's one of those things. I need some kind of board or something. Oh, planks here would probably be fine. I think that could work. Okay, I have to remember how to do fracturing now. Oh. I guess you have to have it selected and then you go into the fracture thingy. Ah, okay. I made this so long ago and I completely forgot pretty much everything about it. Like a pro. It's about being a pro. It's about being the best. Like no one ever was. Sure. I want one fracture level if memory serves. That should be all I need. And then we go back to our destroyable. I'm not going to get too crazy with fracturing it because, I mean, it's just supposed to be a fun thing to break. It doesn't need to be too complicated. Wait a minute. That is incorrect. I need the actual... Oh, that's right. I got the static mesh there, and then the geometry collection. The plan really is that it's the static mesh until you hit it, and then it becomes the destroyable one. And so it's similar to physics and collision and all that, so you don't end up with a bunch of problems that just... Yeah, it'll give you an error. It'll still work, but it just gives you this bizarre error every time. I don't understand it. Make certain I'm actually listed as alive. Who knows if I am, but sure. I've definitely done that before, where you're just like, oh, look, he's not actually alive. He thinks he is, but he's just bizarre and weird. Nope, I can view it. Fair enough. Okay, so I have my destroyable plank here. Let's make it larger by about, say, 3, I guess. And then we're going to rotate it and stand it against something. Just for funsies right here. Oops, wrong one. Nice, good job, me. Apparently it beeps at me now. I have to disable all the Windows sounds. I just reinstall Windows to fix a bunch of problems. That was slow and weird. The world. I think she hits it on the first swing here, and then like it goes over, and then yeah, she winds up with it. So it's actually hitting it on the first thing through. That's interesting to note. Okay. Oh boy. Oh. Oh. I changed it all because originally I wasn't going to do this, but project default is simple, so it makes it easy. That's close enough. I might tweak the timing on this a bit better though. Let's spawn in this beefy field system. Yeah. What about no delay on that? Let's just see if it goes nuts. Oh yeah, totally did blinded. How's it going? Yep. They all fell over. Damn it. Damn it. I can't hit them if they fall over. Actually, maybe I can. There we go, I can. There we go, I can break them. This is important. I come to the conclusion that I want to board off areas, so Poppet has to break her way through them. I decided to go live at a weird time. For some reason, I had this bizarre need to go live at like 2 in the morning or something. Nobody's gonna watch at 2 in the morning. I'm not even gonna watch at 2 in the morning, and I'm the one streaming. I should say everything you need to know right there. Like, nope. Taking a break from Minecraft, huh? I thought you were back to game dev and done with the Minecraft. Already fallen off the wagon, huh? Damn. They're all gonna fall over. Huh. How do I attach these in a way that makes the most sense? Why didn't I use it something that was actually like, you know, like this or something that actually has a better end on it? Oh my god, why didn't I do that? It's so dumb. I'm gonna fix this. We're gonna fracture this one instead. Destroyables? There we go. Yeah, Minecraft vids are definitely the choice of champions if you actually want to get people watching. I mean, who does that? People watching? It's bizarre. Ain't nobody doing that. Alright, side of this fractured. Let's create a child of that. This is destroyable plank 5? Sure. Replace the cupcake with it, and then replace the geometry with the other one. There you go, it's right here. I'm blind. Got it. Geometry with this one? Nope. This is the geometry. And then one more change to make. I have to go to this. Go to the collision. Turn it back to the default, not anything cool. Okay. Now this one is available here as a thing, so now I can just drag out the real one and not the little crappy one. I'll save everything first. $23, that'll be right. Poppet's gonna be wrecking face here. I mean, that can be pretty cool. I can get behind watching cryptids and stuff like that. People love that thing. I've been considering just doing creepypasta readings instead of making videos of those. And then just doing game dev for funsies whenever I'm bored, but the siren song of game dev is so strong. It really is. They all fall over. I can still break them. That's all that matters. Can't break that one though. Break, damn you. It's unstoppable. It broke. Because this one didn't. I didn't really think this through on how I was going to hold it in place. They don't shatter. I hate it. Why doesn't it shatter? Oh, hey Mike, how's it going? I'm trying to make interactable boards, but for some reason this one does not want to break correctly. Oh, why? Drag my destroy lot back out here. Break more. Weird. So if it's already a collection, it doesn't want to break correctly, or... Try this again. Should be all it takes. And then we bring up our Destroyable Link 5, which is the one there. Then we grab second one of these and use it right here. We rethink our strategy, move this over to the side a little bit. Yeah, I don't need this on there anymore. Also, I don't even need to be in fracture mode anymore. I wonder if I can disable the gravity until it's hit. Not a bad idea. Or jam it in the ground, maybe that'll stop it from falling over. You're about to find out. Nope, they fell over. Okay, so it does break. The problem is... Let's see. Gravity. Enable gravity. Wrote this to a variable. Gravity enable, sure. Make it instance editable. Actually, don't. Yeah, because then I can stuff it places and have it stick to things. So we'll do that. Actually, I'm going to default it to enabled, so this way I have to turn it off otherwise. Okay, so now, in theory, this should turn the gravity off on those, so they just don't do anything. Okay, so here's what we've learned. When you turn the gravity off on them, they become possessed and fly away. Bye-bye, boards. It was good knowing you. Alright, well, that happened. Kind of like them, to be honest. Weird floating boards. Nope. Might jump on them. It's an interesting idea, though, if you just have a room of floating boards. They're possessed. Yep. It is pretty funny. They're all flying away. Oh, we're surfing it now. Kinda. Nope, it's trying to get away. Nope, stay. Bad board, bad, down. I kind of like it. This is so stupid. Jump on the boards. What I told it was, on the main one, for gravity enabled, and gravity is normally enabled. Oh, but I have instance editable on, so wait. Wait a second. Well, instance editable means it should actually be available on each individual one and not those. Like, that should have gravity, then yeah. The one should sit there and the other should float away. Or not. Huh. Well. Now I need a mechanic for this. I don't know how I'm going to do with it. They're not really stable enough to use them for anything, from what I can tell. Well, gravity should be enabled on me. No. Yeah, let's enable gravity on all this. In theory, it's supposed to be set gravity enabled. Actually, wait a second. Wait a second. Is there gravity on multiple ones or not? Is the question. This doesn't even have physics enabled, but actually it doesn't have physics the way I like to think of it like that, I don't think, but it does have gravity. I'll rename this too to they're not all the cupcakes, so you know. Go into this here, and then I'm just going to use the same variable for both. This way, if you disable one, it'll wipe them both out. And I think that's actually what was causing it. I think what happens is half of the, well, basically the static mesh is floating away, And the rest of it is just sitting there going, come back, come back. We miss you. Like, I'm assuming that's what's happening. Because otherwise... Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Okay. Nope, they're still flying away. Possessed boards. Oh, I shouldn't have done the flippy thing. Now it's just floating into that and... Huh. Alright. Bye-bye, board. We miss you. I guess. Okay, well. Maybe a third gravity? Self? Gravity? No, both of those have it. There's no event begin play or anything, so it's just literally only if it's actually hit. It doesn't trigger this event at all. Also, what kind of abomination setup is this? A long time ago, when I did these things, I had a very different strategy for how I set things up. This has since changed when I realized how ridiculous it is to go back and try to read it later. If things are like a million miles off each other, that delay is probably getting deleted, so I don't care about that. Close enough. I'm probably gonna have to do something to hold it in place, I guess. Because as far as I can tell, both gravity things are, like, even if I disable it, like right now it's enabled. If I disable it, I'm gonna delete some of these other boards here so they don't randomly fly over and clock these ones here. Nope. I can only conclude that there's something not okay about what's going on here. Huh. Because no matter which I set, it actually doesn't matter. Maybe because physics is currently enabled? Gotta love these experimenting things here. Why did I click off of that? I need this here. I'm just gonna use the same one for everything. And I'll rename it to something else. For now, this is fine. I'm not even sure I'm gonna keep it. I don't think the geometry collection needs to have that, because I'm not gonna enable physics on that. I don't want it even hittable. Okay. So what was happening is I told it physics good, gravity bad. So it's like, well, I get to float around and do whatever, bounce off things, and you know, I don't have to worry about gravity. I'm just gonna fly off. And now I know. Oh, let's make a branch here. So I don't forget about this cool trick later. Let us make a new one here. Possessed. I don't know if I spelled that right. I did. Aha. Check that on the other screen. Okay, so if possessed, oh. Well, I'm not going to swap them back and forth, I don't think. Well, I guess I could. Okay. Guess I could just use a not Boolean and that would also do it. But I could also just swap them. Now when I click all those, I expect to kind of move them all. Or not. Can I move them all, please? Alright, well. How about now? It's all getting feisty at me for some reason. I don't know why I wouldn't want to move them all, but that's fine. Alright, and this will be instance editable. I could just drop it in the world and then change it to my heart's content. It'll default to false. I don't think I want everything possessed, but I am going to have a room of possessed destroyable things. Honestly, I might make the collectibles possessed too, but I don't know. They're already kind of obnoxious to get. If every time you threw them, they just kind of flew away and everything, that would be like so tedious for something you actually was trying to use for something. Whereas these things that you're just flying around, you can just hit them for funsies. I mean, who doesn't want to hit for funsies? Okay. Let's go make the possession room. Room full of possessed garbage. You are the possession room. That means I can make flying cupcakes. Let's see. Actually, the cupcakes already just have a thing. Possessed. Gravities for jumps. Actually. No, because I want to keep that as a separate one too. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. Why does he do these things? Who knows? It simply must be. That might be what I make the tarot do. You know, it's supposed to impose, like, you know, like a law and a belief in the system and all that and everything. Maybe it'll just unpossess things temporarily while active. You have all these things floating around all stupidly, and then nope. They all come crashing down for no apparent reason. Where's my cupcakes? Hey, supposed to fly off. Duck. Ew. I guess you have to give a motion in the first place. Ew. Ew. There you go. Ew. Ew. Yeah. Fly my cupcakes. So what's actually going to happen now, I think, is I'm going to make a spawner that spawns like random cupcakes. And it's going to spawn them at different heights. This way it causes them to float around for no apparent reason other than I can. And thus possessed cupcake room will be a thing. You could still hit him too. Well, the giant version of this usually. Oh. I had no way to refill my mana, so I did add that, but okay. Spawn stuff. There we go. Apple. How did spawn stuff work exactly? Oh yeah, it's just event tick, delays the duration, the spawn class of my choice. Random float range, but it only spawns at the Z. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think I need a... cheer. All right, cupcake spawning machine. You need updates. This would only spawn them at like the exact height of this thing, which is cool if you want everything spawning on the floor, because it does cause some problems, but yeah. Well, that's not a bad idea. I mean, you know, as the curse gets weaker or something like that, there is a things that make you immune to the curse. But I just like the idea of the Hierophant just causing him to fall to the ground. Just being like, nope, don't do that. So it'll probably be what happens. The Hierophant now makes floaty objects like check for that. That means I'm gonna have to add a thing. I can make the Hierophant work after this. But first I'm gonna make this work. Alright, so we're gonna do this here and promote this to a variable because it's getting ugly. And then I guess I can make it custom for every one of them. All right. Let's just clean this up so it's not the ugliest thing I've ever seen, you know? Yeah, pretty much. Tomfoolery all around. So this will be the X-Men. Yes, the X-Men. It's the discount X-Men. Nice. Like that tiny version of the X-Men. X-Max, the like, if all giants were X-Men. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we do that. Actually, I guess I don't need to branch this, right? Because I could just make it where Z can just have 0 as both. And then a random float in range of 0 and 0 is still 0, so it doesn't matter. That makes sense. If that's the case, I don't even need to neaten this up because I'm not going to even bother. It's still kind of a mess, though. Part of me wants to neaten it up purely because it's a mess. I don't need this. Should give me much greater control to what I need to do. These notes do exactly what they sound like. They just give you a random float in the range that you give it, so... And then I'm just adding it to whatever the current coordinate is, so if it gives me a -1, it'll obviously subtract it. I think I turn the microphone the right way. I'm all talking into like the very end of it like some sort of a weirdo. What? Suppose if I put it in front of my mouth while I'm actually looking at the screen, then I won't actually have to look to the side and be all weird with it. Oh yeah, definitely. This project has been built off of so much crap, and there's just so many random things that I tried that it's just kind of turned into there's a lot of things I've done along the way. I don't think this actually neatens it up, because I can do this, right, and go up to here if I want, and then... Actually... You know what I could do that's even better than that? Click the right button to delete, first of all. That'll probably help. Make location, I believe. Make transform. There's so many ways to do these things in this engine. Oop. Did that really neaten it up? Kinda? Sorta? Not really. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say not really. Oh yeah, yeah. They definitely help. I need to do them more often than I'm doing. So I'd say I need to. Doesn't mean I'm going to, but I need to. Okay, and then armed with this, I can just put spawn stuff out here. Cupcake. Is the spawn class something weird? Can I not spawn Cupcake? Oh, because I have one called Cupcake, I swear. Also, I forgot to do something very important here. I mean, yeah, the glitch cake is great. It's delicious. The glitch cake is your friend. Instant editable. I don't need these. That should be fine. Well, we'll see what this does. Oh, the little tiny ones. Ooh. Ooh. They don't float though. Ooh. Actually, they're falling through the ground. No, little cupcakes, why? Okay, well. What I didn't think about was that I would need the cupcakes to be a certain size anyway. I don't have an option in there to change that, but that's okay. I can make that a thing. I'm gonna create a child and I'm gonna make this the cupcake so I can make individual changes to it without having issue. Oh, it's a child of it, so it shouldn't matter. Let's do 5. And then for the cupcake, nice. The real secret to UE4 is to take one of the 2D projects that already exists, that they just have the pre-made ones, and just start with that. And then it's really easy because then you can just run back and forth and then you just change some things out. And they have one set up for paper 2D and one for models, so you just use the paper 2D one. You actually have to go out of your way to make that yourself in Unreal Engine 5, so it's actually a little bit harder in Unreal Engine 5 to do it. Just saying. Yeah. Actually, this is gonna be my possessed cupcake, I think. I could do this differently, but I don't care. Do not question. Gravity is for chumps. Okay, and now with that available there. On stuff, possessed cupcake. Let the cupcakes fly. Oop. Okay. Yeah. They need some sort of force, otherwise they won't float. Oh yeah, those old tutorials for 2D stuff. There's a guy called Cobra Code, and he walks through how to do it, like a lot of the newer tutorials. He doesn't UE5 though, but I mean, he shows how to use Paper ZD pretty well. I mean, you want to use Paper ZD, which you probably should. I mean, I wouldn't use it like I was doing with the 8 directions. That was kind of weird, but for 2 directions, you only need to have 1 direction because UE will automatically flip the sprite for you, so you don't actually need 2 directions worth of sprites. It's just a fun, useful thing. It's just like, well, why do you need a 2nd direction? What is this, like RPG Maker where it's too stupid to flip a sprite? And by the way, Pixie has no problem flipping a sprite. None. Not a zip. In my own little animation thingy, I literally did the exact thing there where I didn't need like half the directions because it was being flipped by my plugin. So it's just incompetence on RM's part. It's the only reason it does that. Let's grab a loop right here. I mean, interactable or interface, sorry. I guess a destroyable interface. Or I could just have everything's the interactable interface. It's already getting to be kind of full of crap, though. I guess it's kind of everything's interacting, though, so... Aerofant enabled. Let me double check if this works the way I want it to first. Let's absorbable possessed cupcake. Enable gravity on it. Yep, they're dropping. One. So on spawning, I could make it do a random direction and then apply force, right? Oh yeah, it's so weird they didn't do that. I mean, it's literally just multiplying it by like a -1 to get the thing. It's just stupid. Like it just literally would flip the sprite. It's so easy. But RM does not innovate ever. Alright, so for my possessed cupcakes, actually let's just put it on the main one. Pick another branch because either way I want this to be an option. Launch. Remote to variable. Randomly launch. Oh yeah. They're all like, listen, Unite works too. Actually, Unity works too good. Quick, let's make it shitty. So we'll try to put JavaScript on top of it. That's a good idea. I have launch character here. I don't know if that even works this one. How did the math on launch work? Launch. I wonder if it's just a random vector. You have to multiply it by a number. Okay. Is this a character? Does this count as a character? It's an actor. Okay, so this is an actor, which means I might need to do it differently here. That's too stupid and didn't make it a character. I can't launch a character on a thing that's not a character. Oh yeah, my secret dev room. I just have a secret dev map for when I want to test things, but the secret room is where I'm going to put one of the tarots, and I think it's going to be where I put the Hierophant. I've been trying to figure out which of the three, which three tarot I'm supposed to give out in this first area, because I was like, well, I'm going to give the first two almost immediately, right? And I'm going to give them right over here. Like the Fool in here. Actually, the Fool right over here. And the Magician was given out like right at the start underneath here. And I'm like, but then I have all this map here and there's no additional tarot cards? That's boring. Then I was like, okay, well, this originally was going to be a room you could only get to with the moon later, but then I realized that I'm not going to have the moon in the demo, so it's not worth worrying about. Like, I'd rather have something people can do. So I'm like, okay, well, the plan to secrecy is to you'll have to get this key for this door, and then get the key, you have to go through this all the way over here, through here, get it from right here, and then drag it back and break through this up here by taking a side route over here, and go down through here, and they'll have some things kind of in the way here that you have to part the break, and then there's the door into it, and this will be where the Hierophant is. I mean, secret dev rooms are always good, Mike. You should use one. You should have... I mean, ever since Chrono Trigger had a secret dev room, you know, I have to have secret dev rooms as well. Important reasons. So, I do have a launch option already. Let me think about this. Where was it? I could try to figure out how to code it all again, or I can just, you know, copy it out of something that I already did it on. Movable objects. Custom interactable. This glorious thing here does so much. Pick up and drop though. It's this here. And I need a random vector. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay, I shouldn't do this in the construction script, because if I do it in the construction script, in the editor, it'll randomly launch in a direction, and that doesn't make any sense. We do this, and if this is true, do this. And I'm sure there's a random vector. Also wrong. Don't do this. I'm going to do this. Actually, self should work. What am I doing? I knew there was a random vector. And the math was just there, plus that added. Yeah, makes sense. I was like, there's no way I have to calculate a random vector. No. Okay, so we don't need this. That does make sense. It's stupid to have it there. Target must have a connection. Static mesh. Hmm? Yeah, definitely good luck on the game jam stuff. I should do a game jam, but if I do that, I'll never get this done, and that seems terrible. Never gonna get this done anyway at this rate. Alright, cupcake launcher. Actually, quick change has to be made first. Spawn stuff, possessed cupcake, yeah. Oh, let me make certain that randomly launch is not normally enabled. And it should be instance editable here. I don't think I want to place all these destroyable objects and just have them randomly launch places. I might want to have possessed always have them launch them, to be honest. I don't know. Like, it might be fun to ones you just kind of bounce into and they go flying off as well, so... Okay. Let's see if that does what I need it to. Up there flying around now. Okay. It just throws them. Gravity's enabled on them though, that's the problem. Let's fix that. Disable it on the thingy. Then go right back into playing. I need to figure out how to make them leave frosting on things. That's a later plan. Ew. Cupcakes everywhere, yes. Ew. I guess there's no, the roof doesn't really have collision, I don't think, at the moment. Need to add that. This is clearly game dev as intended. You can surf the cupcake. Eh. Like the hardest room ever. Across the room by surfing on top of cupcakes. Yes. It's really hard to do this on a keyboard, by the way. I'm not using a mouse at all. It's pretty much really difficult. That's exciting. Okay. So, on this here, Aerofant enabled. Context sensitive, please. Wait, I guess you don't have the interactable? Okay. Interactable. I think it was a different one. It wasn't called that. I think it was a different interactable. They made one and then I ended up borrowing one from a different thing there because it was already attached to everything and I was just being lazy. Interact interface, yeah, weird. Okay. Aerofant enabled. Actually, probably gonna want all that, honestly. Right. Be harder than I think. Because what I want it to do is it needs to tell all of them that it's that it's not available right now. No. Because otherwise I have to add them all to an array and keep track of that. But there's another way I can do this. Or the Harlequin. We're going to send a message to Poppet. Because she has the interact interface on her, I'm pretty certain. So, interfaces, no offense. Actually, no, don't do it like that. Let me go back to this thing here. Hold. I don't think I need anything else because it should just send itself right back. Yeah, it should send itself right back. And then copy more code so I can be lazy. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I just put it in the tarot cards thing. That makes sense. I did it so long ago I forgot where I put it. I don't know why I put the full name there. I could have just put the Hierophant, but no, I had to put Tarot Card 5, Hierophant. I don't need a branch on this. This is literally just do this. Hierophant enabled. Message. I'm gonna put a little delay on this too, because otherwise this is gonna go infinite and we don't want that. It's a great trick I found to do these things here, so you can check for something over and over without actually having to do a lot of extra stuff. Yes. Clear character. I'm gonna have to split these two, 100%. I'm also gonna branch this here first. Because depending upon if it's possessed or not, presume it's just going to have, it basically just enable gravity, right? I actually think it just enables gravity. I'm gonna leave this possessed off for a second here and see what happens if I do this, because there's going to be a lot of steps to this, and I'm sure this isn't going to work the way I want. I don't need this variable. The Hierophant will enable gravity. Self obeys the law when the Hierophant's around. All about tradition. And, you know, rigid thinking and stuff like that. I don't know, there was some description. Why have I been reading all this tarot stuff lately? Because I don't actually know what any of them do. My knowledge of all the tarot things consisted of, oh look, those are those weird things that people like, you know, shuffle up and then deal out a few and then make something up on the spot about. Perfect. Perfect. Everything I've ever wanted. Okay. And then after this, no matter what happens, I'm going to do a sequence because I don't want to, if I make changes, I don't want to do this later, so. Put the delay before the sequence, this way it won't break the sequence, because otherwise if you put it later in the sequence, it'll just continue running the rest of the sequence, and then it'll still do the other part too. And then this will be back for the Hierophant. So basically every time it'll continuously loop this over and over and over. And I'm going to sequence this anyway. I'm not using either of those. I don't do event tick because event tick is much heavier. So let's add a sequence. Spelling. Let's see. There we go. Got a spell for a second there. Excellent, excellent. This will just start the whole train down there, so it just keeps going over and over. Okay, now I need a Hierophant ability. Okay, like over 50% of the game is just on this one blueprint. Poppet's blueprint is nuts. Let's make a custom event. Sure. Guess I already set it up for all these in the belief that one day I would use it. Custom event. Hero 5, the Hierophant. Get in there. And put this thing in where it's supposed to auto resize these to it, and I'm not sure if I like it or not, because you know, you push a button, it does auto resize it, but it's kind of weird. We find the key there. I got into this whole variable map thing, and they're cool because you can just it finds the name and then it finds a value associated with it, and it's just two different things. It's not like an array necessarily, and yet it kind of is. It's like a single level array basically with two values in each thing. And it meant that I didn't have to have like 9 million stupid variables here. I could just have one variable that's all these things. And when I want to copy it between things, I could just copy paste one variable. It's just so much easier. So we're going to branch this because if this ability is enabled, which I will just turn it on, but I'll do that now. And then wait a second. No. I have to make a slight change to this. Because this will always be enabled. What won't always be enabled is the temporary effects. We're definitely going to check for that. I'm going to want this here. Here. Line them up all nice and neat. Actually, put them up here because it bugs me a little bit. This way now I can actually add this to this array like that, saying, hey, okay, when I activate this ability, I'm going to add to the temporary thing here that this is on, basically, and then it'll go to every single one of the ones that's using it every, like, you know, 0.2 seconds to see if it's good to go. Is this the best way to do it? Probably not, but is it the way I understand without having to do event dispatchers and whatever weird thing there? Yes, 100%. Again, there's always a better way in Unreal Engine. Here, ever. Okay, so if I have that, I want one more branch. Or I'm going to click whatever I just clicked. Sure. I forgot you can just, you know, drag out from one of those and click B and it'll create a branch. The plan is really simple. I could do a flip-flop on this, but I find flip-flops can be a little weird, and if you want something else wants to reference it, it works really strangely. I don't like it. So this is a more complicated flip-flop. Because flip-flop will just give you the opposite value each time you run through the code. Okay, so if it's not enabled, enable it, and if it is enabled, you know, disable it. Variable maps are weird because you just add the value to it and it just overwrites. So it's not like a regular array where you would just add the value and that would be that. No, it's just if it finds it, it overwrites it, and if it doesn't find it, then it adds it. They're very convenient, but they also have some drawbacks. But overall, I like them for organization because, well, there's like 22 tarot cards and all of them are referenced in one stupid variable to save time. I mean, you know, it's just so much better than, yeah. And if you want to copy paste in Unreal Engine, you can't just select multiples to copy paste. You can only select one at a time. So if you've done that, then you can just go, well, copy this one thing and then paste it into another blueprint. But otherwise you have to individually do it. It's terrible. Don't do that to yourself. Just don't ever do that. It's the worst thing. That should work. And then, oh wait, I'm missing one piece here to this thing here. Missing the one piece. I'm not quite a pirate king yet. Soon though, soon. have to add it into my thing here. This checks to see which tarot card is currently equipped, and then it runs the custom event for whichever one is currently under use. This I swear that you know, this is like the most thing of beauty blueprint I have. And the thing that's scary about it, and people don't realize, is there's actually all these functions over here too. Have a bunch of code in it, and interfaces that have code in it, and macros that have code in it. I mean, like, Poppet's blueprint is the game. Oh, I should enable her HUD again. I forgot I turned that off. I think this will actually enable it anyway. Oh, it worked. Can you tell it worked? I'll turn it back off, and then look, now they're back to floating again. Yay! Enabled. Yes. Fly my cupcakes. My powers are great. I control the cupcakes. Fly, my prettiest fly. Look at them all go, and then... Phew. I'll fly back up again. Okay, well, when I was first thinking the Harlequin, I didn't think it'd be this much of an amusing thing to have. Like, I just thought it was gonna... I don't know, I was looking at some bizarre, orderly, religious thing, thinking, okay, whatever, but now if it removes possession from cupcakes, it's automatically the coolest thing ever. Bye-bye, cupcakes. Okay. Up, up, up. Oh, I know why, because I didn't have the HUD enabled initially, so it tried to remove it initially when I turned on the tarot selection screen, and then it's like, hey, wait a minute, but then it added it anyway, and not a real error, because I'll normally have the HUD enabled. Which I really need to work on anyway in general. I don't like the HUD as it is. I had to get all spicy with it, and I just don't like it much. But I also don't know all the things I'm going to need on it, so it's kind of difficult to decide what I want to do with it. That's true. Okay, so let's make the Hierophant look cooler now, because it currently doesn't do a whole lot that's neat looking. It's hard to even tell I'm using it. Borrow all this for a second. Oh. Well, I'm at it. This is what this is supposed to do. You just do this and then and it makes it the right size for all of it. And if they're part of the group, then it'll actually move them all. It'll move the whole thing, otherwise it won't. It said this is a cast spell instead. Is that what I'm doing? Honestly, I think I want to make it like the Sun Tarot. Or the Moon Tarot. Oh, almost certainly this is like the same thing. Almost the same code. It's the lovers thing. I haven't even figured out what I'm gonna do with that yet. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do with it, but I haven't figured out how to make it do what I want yet. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go off of this here. Actually, I'm gonna rename this to active. Less confusing. With the exact same system as the other. Also have to redo all the effects at that point too, which is kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I see. This thing sets the sky mesh itself. Oh, they're just normal. Okay. API Tarot. Okay. Get the Hierophant. Did it not bring the Hierophant over? What? Really? For some reason I called it that one and I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Not gonna ruin the world if it's got a slightly different name on the mesh. It's just weird. So with that, Oh, the hero fan. Nothing special required. This is just so the projectile, when it hits its, like, you know, where it destroys itself and everything, it will call this and then turn this on Poppet. But I'm gonna need a new projectile too. And I can just duplicate it. Hierophant. Double ends. No apparent reason. Not very good Hierophant there. Definitely the best thing about working on this is then I don't actually want to sit there all the time and just look at YouTube, which is kind of, or X, which is pretty much what I've been doing a lot of lately, just wasting my time doing nothing of value. Now I'm still doing nothing of value, but at least I can delude myself into thinking it's something of value. Maybe one day it'll be something of value. I can hope. Hoping against hope. Like the Hierophant over there. And on Poppet's thing here, we're going to spawn the Hierophant. It can be the same summon thingy, that's fine. Sure. Do I want her to be able to still use abilities while in the air? I mean, that's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to stop movement during it. But I might need to air casting animation. Oh, fan. Can't spell today, apparently. Let's change it there. Only downside of the map things, you have to have the exact name or it will not work. I need an off effect for it too. I have to have a thing where I can limit the amount of effects you can have available at any given time. Like you can't have done with the Hierophant or the moon all active at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's going to give me that same error because I have the HUD enabled. I can just enable the HUD too, for that matter, just to get over with. This actually works perfectly. I'm going to delete this extra garbage. That way was okay, this way is better. All this needs to go in there. I like this part of it. All this needs to go in there. I don't need this. Do that. I can design new areas with that in mind, because you know you have to get it in order to progress. We'll have to see. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those quite yet. It's a neat mechanic, but I need to get them to land into a place. So it's possible I might have ones that just teleport to the right location if the Hierophant's enabled. Have them just pick a starting location. They memorize their starting location. It's possible I want those to be separate from the destroyables. I don't know if I want to be destroyable. Like, these are just fun. They float around the destroyable, but... Like, these could have the same weird float all over the place, and then when you do a thing, they vanish and then just auto-teleport to that starting location, which you can just have it move to a location without having to... you don't have to have it travel the distance in between. You can just have it instantly be the location. In fact, I do that with the various the collectibles. They get moved back to the location if for some reason you die. Or in the case of the shrinking lights, if they shrink too much, then they just vanish completely. Some iron popped. Nice. People think about that. I do think it'd be really cool because, well, it actually would act a lot like the moon at that point, though. But I guess it'll make the moon dispel illusions, like something will appear, but only if the moon is active, and that already exists. But I can't give out the moon here because I have the moonlit garden, and giving the moon out anywhere besides there seems like a, you know, flavor fail, so I can't do that. Probably gonna give the star also there. Or Tinka will give the star, one of the two. I still might have you go inside of the paintings. I haven't decided on that yet. I'm worried the game's too big. Because of how small Poppet really is. I even cut off like a big portion of the front of the warehouse because I realized that it just was so big with so many levels that it just was too much game. I can't believe I originally thought there'd be like 5 levels. Of course, the levels got bigger when I decided there was going to be less of them. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. For the demo, it only needs to be this one section, and I already think this one section is gonna take 20 to 30 minutes. So, yeah, that's a lot. Since you can basically fit 2 of those sections in here, and then there's 3 levels to that, so that's, you know, basically like another 3 hours worth of content right there, and then 3.5 hours right there. Then there's this space out here, so like 4 hours, and then this big area out here, which will probably be another half an hour, so 4.5 hours. Then maybe a little more after that, we're gonna see. It's possible each area will take a lot longer than that. I could be grossly misjudging, but I can always add more spaces too, so it's not like, I mean, I can add more levels if I want as well, so it's not like a big deal to... Oh yeah, there's a space underneath here too, so now you're looking at close to 5 hours. Assuming this takes half an hour. But... and it probably will. There's just so many nooks and crannies. Alright, so I'm gonna add an effect to when those vanish. It should be the same effect as a placeholder until I come up with a better idea. That's probably a good idea, just to make it look fine for now. That's not the one. I guess I could just find a different one. I do have a lot of particles. Oh, let's pull up a particle here. Actually, that was not bad. The argument is on. And it's off to the side here. Oh. 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 Be a good sun particle, wouldn't it? That's not bad, actually. It is a Niagara Cascade. Whoa there, buddy. I don't know if I have that much. That's very good. Perfect. And we're gonna set this as let's see. Skytero Vanish? The Vanish, double V's, nice, nice. We do this here. For the event graph. That it's active. We deactivate it at the end of this. Give it a slight delay here to start, and then a delay before it ends. just so it looks all cool. I guess I could have just spawned it at that area too, for that matter. Not a lot of point though, and I'm just gonna use it over and over. If not auto activate. That's for chumps. Yeah. More caffeine is required. I wanted to stand on the ceiling. Don't question it. Keep getting to add collision to that. There we go. Perfect. What a good night. All this tarot stuff. Actually, Hierophant made tonight. I would never have done this had it not been for some mess up causing weird floating stuff. Now here I am writing floating cupcakes. Do not question. I should probably put a limiter on that to see how many it spawns. This thing here. A little apple spawner here. Total spawns. Instance editable. Get it. Increment it. Actually decrement it. Total spawns. Is greater than 0. Branch. If it is, do this. If not, reactor. This way we don't end up with infinite spawns. Right now it's just going to go on forever. I mean, don't get me wrong. Unreal Engine has proven to me that it can hold, like, you know, tens of thousands of objects on a map and not even care. More than that even. I don't know. I used to spawn huge junk towers and just run around them. See if I can make interesting levels out of piles of junk. What I found was no. Like, you could make fun things to run around on top of, but as far as having any kind of unique gameplay, it really wasn't very good. But it makes some really interesting looking levels though. I realized if we did that with a PCG graph, just spawned everything randomly like that, and then told the PCG graph to leave things where they were, it would in fact be a good way to make a level. So I might do that sometime for like a game jam. I have a great idea for a game jam game if I ever get to make it. Literally lampooning all the game dev things and all that. About a character who's like, you know, basically was from a game that never got made. Literally, you know, there's just constant new assets and crap being dumped in by the dev who can't make up his mind at all on what he's making, so he just keeps making all sorts of dumb mechanics, every like levels, new mechanics that the heroes play through. It's just fun. I'd all figured out a name and everything like that too, but I'm not starting another game until I have this one to a point where I can show it to people and be proud. Alright, so here's this, and what default do I want this to total spawns? We'll say at least 10, just so it doesn't just immediately vanish every time I drop it in there. Okay, I'm gonna delete all these extra ones, I think. I am gonna plan this out so that it looks like an area, because this is now a very important room, and it's no longer a secret room. But I don't have a name for it yet, for what it happens in here, so yeah. It might be called the cupcake room, the bakery. Maybe I'll deck it out like a kitchen. You know, a weird kitchen. Well, I don't know, like, I was making all the stuff that was kind of like Charlotte's little house or like that and everything like that, have the pink walls, so you can tell it's like her area. And it's possible I could turn this into like a kitchen thing, but it's not connected directly to these very well. If these rooms I want people to go into when they find the right keys to sneak into them, but why is there a key over here? I don't know, I put one there for some reason. Oh yeah, called this Fight Club because we just don't talk about it. It's the reason why, yeah. It'll have a door into a different section entirely, but, you know, I'm not doing that yet. Or maybe it won't. Maybe there'll be no entrance into that section from here. Possible. I mean, I've already come to the conclusion the warehouse doesn't have to make any logical sense. It's not a functioning warehouse, because if it's a functioning warehouse, it'd be kind of boring. There's just too many open spaces humans would have to walk through. I really want Poppet to have to kind of climb around and climb under things and just, in general, be hangy. No, it doesn't make much sense to set it up for humans. With very minor exceptions. Since Charlotte to go, she doesn't care. She can just float through whatever's here, so it doesn't matter to her one bit. So presumably she wants it to be this crazy mess. Except for the boss rooms. Obviously the boss rooms need to be really big, because if you ever try to figure out how to plan the AI to be smart enough to jump up on top of things, it's really hard. I don't recommend it at all. Anyway, what are they doing? I guess I make the other objects for the Hierophant that return to their specific location. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Because then I could have them build. I could build a whole thing like, you know, like I say a staircase or something, and then when I start the game, they'll all float away. But if you turn the Hierophant on, they'll all zoom back to being a staircase, so they'll all appear as a staircase. Because I probably want some sort of weird teleportation look on them too, but whatever. We'll get to it. Where do I want to store them? I mean, let's call these possessed objects. I Am I going to ever need them to be moved directly? Because I could do like an AI input and have it move around, but you don't need to do that. Well, actually, that doesn't even work because if there's no AI for things that are flying. Like the whole AI move to thing, it doesn't understand it. It can't. It doesn't understand flying. So you have to make your own AI specifically for flying that does not use the AI move to stuff. I did it once for a game that I ended up deleting because the game was a catastrophe. Now I realize I could have fixed that game, but whatever. It was the bad game, the art game, you know, that just had no plans. I was talking to someone about my plans for that, and I realized when I was just going over it that it tried to be all these things it wasn't. Like it was trying to encompass ideas from other games, ideas I had. For a character that was like, for some reason I wanted her to be almost like an Alice character, and she's not an Alice character. She's never been an Alice character. She will never be an Alice character. She's closer to like the freaking a character like from Dishonored or something like that. Freaking not even close to an Alice. Whole running away mechanic and all that. No, I should have just had like that whole story for that one should have just literally been cutscenes for the actual game I want to make later on in the future. Would have made way more sense than trying to make a whole game based around running away. As an actor's fine. EP, let's call this possessed objects. I may regret not making it a character at some point too, but I don't know about that. You know, I don't need this stuff right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and move this out of the way because it's unnecessary to add effects until I have an idea. I haven't even put all the sound effects on stuff either, so. Okay, that's just bugging me that's there. I don't need those. It's fine. I do not want these to be breakable. That would be very bad. It's so weird. It demands you refresh like this, even though it's already there and it would work. And it won't work until you click refresh on it. It's so bizarre. Gosh, someone's playing with Daz. It makes me inappropriately happy. I don't know why I disconnected one for the other. This one says error on it. I have to refresh it too. No, I don't. Mm-hmm. Happy. Up. Oh, someone's all like, "Oh, I saw this really cool thing on Daz." It's like, oh yeah. Huh. Okay. Let me check for the Hierophant. But in this case, actually, we need 3 of these. World transform. Ah. That was actor transform. There we go. Starting transform, so we want to set that at the beginning here. Okay, annoyance. We'll do those, it'll check for the Hierophant, and then it'll run this here. Is there anything else I plan on changing with it? Pretty certain I just removed gravity on it. I don't need to change anything on that because these don't. They're always possessed, so. Oh yeah, that's right. No. I have the art of physics as well. From the default, so it just sits there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is it's never gonna have gravity, I think. What it's gonna do is it's just gonna float off in general. It's never gonna have gravity enabled. Okay, it's never enabled in the first place. Perfect, perfect. Okay. I think this will work. Wait. Ugh. Rename to the parent. I don't forget. Actually, what I'm also gonna do on the construction script here, multivariable. Instance editable, so I don't have to do a whole lot of special things with them. Okay. Now. I believe I have a bunch of planks, so I'm gonna find those real quick. Reminders are getting in the way. This will be good enough to test. Didn't put them in their location. Well, that's interesting. Now I can actually run on them because they're moving around. Huh. That's almost cooler. Almost. Except for it'd be really hard to get them to do what you want. Okay, I'm gonna enable that HUD. I was gonna do it a long time ago and I forgot about it, but I'm tired of that error. Also. Alright, well, that was fail. Anyway. How am I going to make this do what I want? Let me look up how I did it on the other then. My memory for these things isn't very good. Okay, I did do that. Never enabling gravity on these. It should do these in order because there's no delay. Like it stops the physics, but it doesn't actually do the other. Oh, wait, never mind. Disable all screen messages. I do that periodically, usually for screenshots. Maybe with disabling the HUD. Hmm. A while trying to jump up on these, that's true. Hmm. Kind of at a loss where this isn't working the way I want. I'm gonna do it like a handful of times, like 8 times or something. It only does it 8 times, so they are there. Maybe it's an order question. That can't be right. Makes no difference. I mean, it might make a slight difference, but... I think it's because I've launched the mesh. I'm pretty certain that's what's happening, and the actor is getting its transformed with the meshes all over the place because that's what got launched all over the place, so... If that is true, then this would make a lot more sense, because, you know, obviously it's user error that this happens. Well, there we go. Yeah. Perfect. I mean, she can't jump that high, but... I can fix that. I really do underestimate just how tiny Poppet is all the time. Perfect. I'll probably have it subtract the curse like that, and then it'll you'll jump up here, you'll get onto some sort of like platform or something, and then let the curse go loose again. Yes, yes, the Hierophant is certain to be the most fun of the toys. Well, the Magician's pretty fun too. Yeah, we're going to like another 32 minutes, and if no one's actually watching at the time, I think I'll need to consistently stream more if I'm going to do it, just so I work on my stuff. Let's say I grab a platform here. Oh, the boring ones, I don't gotta redo it all. I almost wonder why I have weapons in this game when I could just be literally making her a total mage. But it's kind of fun to bash things with weapons too, so... It's possible I might just have her have specific weapons and then just have the tarots all be like abilities. Though I don't know. Having them be weapons means I don't have to commit myself to quite as many things too. Because there really is just a limit on how much I want to truly make, you know? I still got to make mechanics to go with it all. Otherwise, it's like, okay, well, what good is this? I don't know. Okay, so I need something to jump on top of. Possible I just use more of this stuff over here and make it like the little city area. Or it could be cardboard. I mean, it's kind of like the cardboard maze over there. So I could have more of this be the cardboard maze. Can this be like the Toy City area? Oh, I'm kind of bored of cardboard stuff, though. I think it was cool for that one little area, but maybe I want something different. I want things that are interactable, so... I also need to make a collectible that gives something cool, you know? Or even just like something that's like a coin or something. Hmm. Okay. Probably actually too far for Poppet to jump. Almost certainly. More planks here because why not? They're kind of fun. Look at the size of these things to see if they're any good. Kind of lousy planks. Let's hope for longer. That's a little more interesting. Very big. I don't need to be that big. Oops. Hmm. That's kind of interesting. Restructure this then to work with that. It worked great, actually. I don't need those. Nope, do not block the door. Thanks, but no. I have to add in lights too, but we're getting there. I'd like to click start, but I guess not. Yeah, this room is weird. I love it. Keyboard jumping is hard. Scammed. That really does not go over very far, does it? Maybe go over farther than you think it's supposed to. Game's definitely getting weird. I'll give it that. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna disable all that extra note stuff there, or I'll forget all about it. I don't need this Harlequin active thingy. It is active. I also don't need this print string. Good. Now we're at that. It's starting to sound pretty good. Maybe I'll go get some food after this. Oh, you know what I could do? I could make it where these could hurt Poppet if she touches it when the Harlequin's not active. Huh. I hate the flip. God, I hate the flip. I need to redo that. The dodge mechanism is awful. I accidentally do it all the time trying to reposition. Oh no. Keyboard is not very easy. Actually, I think I had things set up to kind of work under there with the controller. I mean, the menu doesn't, because the menus are designed to be stupid, but my gosh, the camera rotate is so slow on this. Not sure how I feel about that. Once again, the dodge is awful. It's so easy to double tap and then go flying. Okay, I don't know if I even like that better or not. I can reduce her speed by just having her not run, which is not terrible. The hell? Okay, this is hard. I'm flying away too fast. I don't jump very well, man. I'm terrible. Can't even jump to the top here. This is how bad I am with the keyboard jumping. Or just how not very good the movement is, apparently. I have to work on that. It's not that good. And it should be much better than this. Oof. That worthless flip. I almost want to disable it. It's so horrible. It does not have a lot of air control. I get more patient than that. Anyway. I suck at jumping, whatever. I'll just start at the top. Keyboard jumping is just so hard. Oh, I can't start there, because if I start there, what'll happen is all the Hierophant stuff's gonna go flying, right? Yeah, it's all over the place. So let's do this. It all goes to where it's supposed to be. I'm not sure why the little thingies do that. It must be something to do with how the spline works. Yeah. I need to put a timer on this, like some sort of way that causes her to like her little curse power to run out, so she can't just always do it. Then you're forced to run faster. Get to the locations, which would be, I think, more interesting. Means I need to put lights in the room, because if she has no lights, then she can't refill her powers, so. Alright. Let's grab a couple lights and put them around the room, so this way she's not, like, completely wrecked by just there being nothing to keep her alive. If I want to put like a really big light here, I could. Problem with these is that they go through the wall, so I have to be careful where I put them. Out of fear that the player will gain benefit even when they're not truly standing in it. And when they go through the wall like this, I have to put one on the other side too, so this way it kind of tricks the game. Because that doesn't really matter if they're in it. Like 1200 on this one. I'll make the much lower on this, like 5,000 or something. Let's kind of stick through the wall, doesn't it? That'll be fine. I wish I made the walls a little thicker, but I didn't. Guess I'm gonna place lights. I might as well do this and turn it off. I can show where the lights are at. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna have these go, so I need to do that. You can go quite a ways without having a light. And the Hierophant needs to have like a reduction of in here, so an upkeep for it. It's basically going to be this. Kind of feel like I could do better though. I know I can. What do I need to? I mean, having one system to do it wouldn't be terrible. Like collapse it into like a function and just call that every time. And then it would do the end thingy, whatever that is. Wait, why does this have a new visibility of true? Let's tear at the sun. It's not the end one. I guess this is the most complicated one, isn't it? I guess one is fine for now. These are out of order. Oh boy. I gotta reorder these. I'll go ahead and print screen this and I don't gotta reorder them, but if I don't reorder them, then it'll get confusing later. So I thought I had them all ordered quickly, but at one point I had them slightly off like an idiot, so time to fix my problem before it is a problem. Add it to my clipboard here, and then I'm gonna go back to costs here. And the Fool, the Magician, the High Priest, the Empress, the Emperor, Hierophant is next, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this at 0 and then put Hierophant up here and mark that as 1. That's 5. Six. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Chariot. Strength is 8, and the Hermit was actually 9. I think the rest of them are all right. I could learn to spell Hermit. That probably help too. Wheel, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Time to return to this here. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was going to add a cost to this. Alright, so that's the case there. I'm just stealing my code from over on the Sun one. So it loops over and over, and then let's do that. Fant end. Let's pop right in here to end it. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, I'll do it that way, sure. Temporary effects needs to be disabled for this to work because I have the sunset to active, and that will stop me from getting mana back, which is unfortunate. Okay. Slowly going away. Perfect, perfect. Good news is, as long as you're cursed, it's fine, but then you'll be eventually be in the darkness, so the curse is not good for you, but in theory, as long as you're cursed, you'll never run out of a Hierophant. It runs out, like so. And they go back to being normal. Curse slowly comes back by being in the darkness. I might want to speed that up. I don't know. It's kind of boring that it takes so long. Maybe I'll stand up for a while. I've been sitting for like 3 hours. It's terrible. I left her in the dark. Oops. Back to the light. Step into the light, my child. Do it. Actually, it's hard to see after a while. But I'm on it. Yeah. I actually made it up even though it was like all dark. I knew it before it all, and I'm just like, I got this. Gotta recharge. I'll put one of the keys up here. Yeah, it's kind of boring waiting for this to come back. I'll probably have some way to make it speed up too, so there's that. And I made it. Apparently with the darkness I had a harder time making it, easier time making them without. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh. I guess I want to make these Harlequin thingies have a glow around them or something. Actually, let's see which particle I'm gonna add first before I get so crazy. Well, I can't even see it. How nice. And handy. I remember that one. It wasn't continuous. That's okay, I guess. Had so many more to go through. No, it's not gonna work. Hey. Probably not. I almost just want to glow around it. I don't think I want anything too crazy. I don't want people to think that they're glitching. I gotta find something. Maybe that. Okay, okay. Maybe. Um, this looked like. Probably terrible. Too much. No, there's got to be a better way for this. I think I could just change the material of the object, right? I don't know how that works. I have to look that one up. Unless there's just no mesh at all. Yeah. Been like 3 hours and 15 some odd minutes, and with no one currently watching, I think I'll call it for the day. I'll figure out this and look it up later and all that. Anyway, to anyone who watched, thanks. Anyone who watched the feature, thanks. And yeah, I'll catch everyone later.